Hey there, baseball fans. Nathan Rohde and Shooter Hunt here with the latest episode of Coffee Curveballs. Shooter, we've talked about the National Program Invitational, and we went over the 17U division. Now we're going to talk some underclassmen.
Yeah, the best part about this is that every game means something. You get there right away. You're playing against good programs throughout. It was a lot of intense action for 4 days, and here's some good winners.
Yeah, so let's talk about the champions real quick. In the 14U division, we had Canes National.
Yeah, and this lineup was stacked 1 through 9. I mean, at this young age, all 24s, I was glued to all their games all weekend. At the top, PJ Merlando. He's already committed to Mississippi State. He's from South Carolina, big left-handed hitting catcher, and it is a very heavy barrel. Just attacks baseballs. He's already got some pull side power. He's going to hit to all fields. It's real feel for that barrel. He's balanced at the plate, very aggressive. Huge fan of his. Brian Scott, 4 for 4 in the final. He's a 23 out of Maryland. Big finals performance out of him. And then the one guy I was locked in on as well was Luke Costello, third baseman. He also pitched in the championship game. He gets off some real hacks. He was at the JFGs last year for us out of Pennsylvania, but I think he's going to really hit. Love the quick hands.
Excellent. And then the 15U division, we have the top-tier Roos, who have an absolutely stacked team.
Yeah, and they roll into every tournament right now, and everybody knows who they are because that lineup is serious, and they've gotten even deeper this year. But the guy who I really took away from this weekend was on the mound, Landon Marutas. He's an NC State recruit, also plays shortstop, can swing it, but I love him. 84 to 87, comes out real clean, feel for secondary. I think he's got huge upside, great recruit for NC State. And then you can't talk about the Roos without talking about Cade Curlin and Aiden Miller. Curlin at shortstop looks the part. I think the bat continues to progress. Love the way he was swinging it this weekend. Can obviously stick it short. Some of the best defense in this class right now. And then Aiden Miller. I mean, Brody, he's only a 23. His brother just got $1 million plus in the draft this past year. He can really hit. It's a professional approach. Even from last year, I just love the way he has made progressions at the plate. Still seeing it well with power to all fields right now.
Certainly so. That Marutas kid definitely turned some heads this weekend. So, lastly, in the 16U division, we have Easley Baseball Club claiming a title.
And you know what? Easley played great throughout. They had some championship game losses, but it's 16U. They broke through, did a great job on the weekend. McLean Ray was a guy last year who blew up. Is now more physical. He's 6'3". He's added some strength. He was up to 90, has feel for spin, but an outstanding weekend at all levels for this Easley baseball group. Kudos to them.
Excellent. In that 15U championship game, we saw the Indiana Bulls. Max Clark, I mean, Shooter, first day, like you told me, hey, hone in on this guy at the plate. And I came away after the first day and said, my chips are in. I'm pushing him to center table. I'm all in. Max Clark is a dude of dudes.
And that says a lot for you to be locked in on an underclassman. You kept going to all the Indiana Bulls games to see Max Clark. He might have been the best player at any late age group throughout this weekend. They didn't end up winning, but the Bulls got to the finals. They lost to the Roos. Clark was outstanding. Didn't matter if he was facing some tough lefties. He was able to use the whole field. I think the power's there. The frame obviously projects. Shoot, he's up to 89 on the bump. For you, we've had him up to 91 in the last few weeks. He's an outstanding player, and he's also got some good flow working in center field, so you don't forget who he is.
Yeah, you certainly don't. Also on that 15U team is Andrew Wiggins, who's a big, strong, physical two-way guy. Saw him on the mound working his fastball up into the mid-80s, showed a little bit of spin. But he's also got really, really big-time juice at the plate. Doesn't use his lower half much, but the strength in his hands and the quickness. Saw him hit a home run. It looked like he just kind of flicked it out there.
Yeah, we talk about his physicality for a while now with Phil Wade, our scouting director up in Indiana. He says this Wiggins kid has a hugely high ceiling. So we're going to have to follow him moving forward. But that whole Bulls team did a great job. Aiden Coffey had a home run we'll talk about in a little bit, but a really good team. Mitchell Dean, there were a lot of guys. We'll be talking about them in the future.
Yeah, they certainly will. And then for the 16U squad of Indiana Bulls, Andrew Dukanich was on the mound, one of the top righties in the 22 class, and he did not disappoint.
No, he brought a crowd with him. It's a big power arm. He's a top 10 prospect in this class right now, running up there heavy. What I was watching from a distance was his ability to throw the slider. Every now and then, it seemed like his arm, it just didn't sync up. Maybe a little adrenaline. He does have effort out front, but But when he got rolling, it was heavy downhill, and the slider was a put-away pitch. He also mixed in a little changeup, but more than anything, for me, that slider is a chance to be a plus offering, and that's what I'll be following.
Certainly so. With you on lockdown in Oregon, you had me running around watching a lot more underclassmen than I normally would in an event, but I saw a lot of good stuff, including Justin West, a left-hander with Louisville Legends. I mean, he did not give up much hard contact at all. The only guy that really squared him up was was someone with Team Elite. He squared up a hanging changeup for a home run. But the rest of the contact was soft contact. He had a big breaking ball. Definitely a good-looking arm in Justin West.
Yeah, Devin Cadali, Kid Al Poly Prep got him for that home run, Vandy recruit. But Justin West is one that we've loved for a while. Since we initiated these 22, 23 rankings, the velo wasn't there, but you're just watching the way he spins, the way the arm works, the frame, the athleticism. A lot goes into looking at a prospect, and he's starting to continue to creep up, and I expect him to be one of those premier left-handed arms moving forward.
And then on the South Charlotte Panthers, we had Eli Jerzenbeck. Pitched on day one, just kind of like one of those like quick outings, bullpen day for him, get some work in. Then he comes back to start on Sunday, and it was electric. It's an athletic, projectable frame. The fastball comes out pretty good, running in the low 90s, and then the spin on the breaking ball was next level.
Yeah, South Carolina recruit. That South Charlotte Panthers team really snuck up on me because they had so many good arms. Luke Schmolke was there. They also had a kid, Donovan Sack, who was in my Trackman Confidential article last week from New Jersey. He was on the roster as well. So some real arms there. They had some good position players as well. Excellent showing, but Jerzenbeck is one that I'm glad you saw.
Yeah, that was definitely really interesting to watch. But then we also had Carter Boyd start a game for the Panthers. 88 to 92, he's got a strong frame, but that 88 to 92 plays up because it's coming out of his ear. It's a short arm action, shows some shape on his breaking ball. Definitely that durable frame, starter build. So he's uncommitted right now. I'm sure my phone was blowing up with text messages from SEC and ACC coaches asking what his velo was.
Yeah, he was committed and then decommitted a little while ago, but yeah, he's going to have a lot of guys locked in. And like you said, it's almost like a catcher arm stroke. It's real efficient. Ball jumps out of the hand, feel for spin. It's starter profile. He will have no shortage of suitors moving forward, but he's in the Carolinas, and those scouts do a great job, and it's going to be tough to pry him away from the draft in a couple of years.
Certainly so. Let's get into some bomb squad and spin zone. We mentioned Andrew Wiggins of the Indiana Bulls. Here he is just flicking his wrist, launching this one out to right center field.
And then Ole Miss recruit in the 23 class, top 50 ranking, Caden Irving does not get cheated on this one.
No, he does not. And again, with the Indiana Bulls, we got Aiden Coffey going deep. Lots of talent coming out of Indiana.
Uncommitted right there.
Uncommitted, so get on it quick. Spin zone, we mentioned Eli Jerzenbeck. Big time spin on that. The metrics are off the charts.
Andrew Dakanis, we talked about it. It's short, it's late, it's firm, and it's swing and miss stuff.
It certainly is.
And then you got Keegan Phillips, maybe my favorite breaking ball from the weekend with the Cincy Flames in the 24 class. Really quality squad, but can really spin it with intent.
Excellent. So there you go. Some highlights from the underclass divisions of the 2020 NPI. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to stay tuned to PrepBaseballReport.com for way more coverage of the event. And as always, for Shooter Hunt, I'm Nathan Rohde. This was Coffee and Curveballs. And until next time, we'll see you guys at the ballpark.